It appears that Ryu-Ge dinosaurs are back. Now make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. I think that this has been one of the best Kongs events that I have actually had the opportunity to sit down and look at, because there's a lot of cool diversity present in this event. Now, I mean, in terms of your meta, to get out of the way, I mean, we do have a Draco Tail challenger here. That's a pretty common thing to see these days, that Draco Tail does kind of sit on the apex of the throne here, kind of showcasing, you know, that this deck is a very, very strong monster. Now, we do have White Forest. I gotta tell you, the amount of times that I've seen White Forest actually coming out into the meta and actually crushing the competition has been very mesmerizing, honestly. I do think White Forest might be one of these surprise metagame challengers that we have been seeing out here, and I do expect to continue to see it kind of following up. Now, we did have Ryu-Ge Dinosaur, which I did say was one of the big surprises for this event. Dinosaur in general has just been having a good success rate in some of these smaller events, and it's actually not a bad thing. You want this deck to be able to win as consistently as it can. And we also do have Memento. I mean, Memento's no stranger to these events as well. You know, we're pretty successfully aware of what it does. We also had Malice. Malice still kind of continues to be that little bit of an annoying deck, but it's still here, and I mean, it's going to continue to be. We also had DDD. Very nice. DDD definitely is one of those decks that if you know what you're doing with the deck, you just win super easy. We also had Mitsurugi Runic. I don't know who comes up with these ideas, but wow, that's definitely a pile that I didn't think I would see having success out here. And we've also got Cool Tune bringing up the rear here, which I am also very, very happy to see. So this is the kind of diversity we like to see. And let's pass on over to deck list. All right, so starting things off here, we have Draco Tail. And I mean, until this deck gets the Fallen of White package and it's able to incorporate in, you know, the new pieces, you're going to be seeing the same story here, where this deck is just going to play the one Fallen of Albaz, and, you know, you build in the double Branded Fusion, and congratulations, you know, your deck is basically set in stone, and you're able to basically go down the combo engineering. I do see we are playing double Fallen and Virtuous, as you should be. This card is incredibly good. I mean, you have the extra deck space. I mean, you're not really sweating it too much. It's interesting to see we're doing double Secretarion Dragon, but in every situation that, you know, this card possibly is going to come up, it is going to win you free games. So, you know, why would you not want to play one of the best little cards that you can kind of toss into the deck and be able to get access to? We're also playing one of each of the traps here. So I think you've got most of what you want this deck to be doing. If you think that, you know, you're not happy with the results, well, I don't really think that that's too much of a worry. So, interesting list. Next up here, we have the White Forest pile. Now, when you start to get into the way that this deck works, I think Toy Box, well, you're playing 60 cards, right? So having Toy Box be a part of the deck is not necessarily a terrible thing, right? Like, you're going to roll through Toy Box, you're going to deploy up, you know, the tank and the soldier here, and you're going to be good to go. I mean, you just play them as a one-off, because this thing has the ability to pull back from the graveyard as from the hand deck and face up monsters in a graveyard. Choose 2 toys, original names in the hand, and set them on the field. Yeah, the fact that this can pull back from the graveyard to actually get you those key pieces to get set up is very, very nice. In terms of the rest of what this deck does, I mean, the Sisters of Destruction here are going to pretty much take care of all of the bits and pieces that you're going to, you know, have this deck feel like it's lacking. And that's honestly just fine. Next up here, we have Ryu-Ge Dinosaurs. Now, every time Ryu-Ge Dinosaurs comes up as a pile, I mean, it really just depends on how much you're relying on this. And yes, we are relying on this. I mean, you do have the Sub-Dinosaur package in here. I mean, obviously, Oviraptor, getting access into the Jirac stuff is what this deck kind of needs to have happen. You need to be able to have those pieces for you to be able to do the thing. Now, you are side decking the Wormwinds and the Sea Spires I think that this is fine. You don't really have much of a choice. You kind of have to have these pieces be present. If not, you know, the game plan just kind of falls apart on you. We were also playing the Jurassic Impact. I mean, free board wipe, right? This card just gets the job done, and you're able to do some hilarious things with it. Outside of that, I mean, we're also side decking the Volcano, which I do think is going to be fine. It does help, but, you know, sometimes you just have to make the concessions. Next up is the 60 card Memento pile. We are doing the Radiant Typhoon stuff in here. You kind of have to have access to the Radiant Typhoon stuff because you need the ability to get the body set up on the field so you can actually get access into, you know, full Fiendsmith combo. That's why you're actually choosing to play this stuff, because this package just generically bridges you into this. So yes, this deck does have a little bit more of a clutch onto the Fiendsmith package, and I don't really think that you're going to get much of a concession with that. You kind of have to play it because you've expanded the deck out to 60 cards. At this point, you know, you need as many different engines as you can to supplement. I mean, you got board breakers present in here. We are doing evenly matched in here to be able to go second, to be able to, you know, actually control and play the game. So I think everything that you think that this deck needs to have, you actually do have access to, and that's absolutely wonderful. Next up here, we have Malice, and you know what? I'm not sad to see it still here. It's definitely been an interesting thing. Now, we are doing the Radiant Typhoon stuff down here in the side deck. Now, reason for this is these are going to be extra free extenders. If you go first, if you have Mystical Space Time in the graveyard, or your opponent has no spells or traps, which they're going first, they're not going to have spells and traps on the field, you'll be able to kind of start with these bodies so you can start link climbing just a little bit easier, which... fine. I mean, we have no Splash Mage to get the revive. You know, we have none of that little extra gas that, you know, this deck wants to have. So you're going to have to try to find those concessions where you can get them to get the deck set up and go. We do have Ryu-Ge as a board breaker in the side deck as well. I think, honestly, this is one of the more interesting cases of, hey, this is very, very strong. These are the reasons why this is strong. You rely on these cards to actually get the job done, and it seems very, very nice. Next up here, we have DD combo, and the reason why I saw this deck doing very well is I saw one of the matches, Sphere Mode got sided in against it, and they just had Dark Contract with the Eternal Gate up, and you're just like, well, you know, my stuff's not getting tributed, and you can't use it for any sort of advantage package. So whatever strategies that your opponent's trying to do to break your board, unfortunately, they don't get the chance to do. I also see we are side decking the Dark Contract with Errors. That's the one that I feel like we don't see all of that often, but depending on the environment that you're in, and you know you're scared of maybe something like Evenly Matched running around here, negate all trap card effects on the field other than this card's for the rest of this turn. Yeah, Errors actually is a hilarious card that this deck actually has access to. Yeah, things that you know, might ruin your day for 500. It also invalidates maybe, you know, well, there can only be one. Next up here, we have Mitsurugi with some interesting tech choices. First of all, the triple unicorn's not all that crazy to see, because I mean, this is just going to be a piece you can deploy, start looking through your opponent's extra deck and start taking pieces away from them, so you can actually kind of combo up with that. I mean, that's fine, right? Like, that's kind of your job, is to, you know, start disrupting the opponent so that you can actually progress the game state, which I'm cool with this. They've also got 2 balls built into the main deck. A lot of this game has kind of turned into, obviously, your opponent makes their big turn 1 board, and you have to find a way to efficiently start to disassemble it so that you can actually play the game yourself. So, I mean, that's why, you know, they're making the concession to play this. We've also got a full Fiendsmith package built in this. This is really just combo Runic, where you're using the Runic cards as a form of disruption just to kind of continue to advance game state. So, interesting. Next up here, we do have the Q tunes, and yes, we are doing double delta with the Gamma here. Both of these have been very, 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 very nice pieces to the deck. And obviously, you know, if you do happen to have to, you know, use one of these in the hand as fodder, it just means that you opened it up, and it's absolutely fine. I do see we have Rose Whip down here. We have the double Hoppier Squadron. We've also got the triple Gravity Collapse. Yeah. So I mean, you know, Gravity Collapse on the table to win the game. still is a free auto win button that this deck has access to for zero reason whatsoever. So, what do you guys think about this breakdown? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.